Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken in at the 11. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any...
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution on the handoff? Most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well. Otherwise, it's a fumble.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
The 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Mixing up the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. John Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Dolphins 14, Lions 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff. He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Swift going to try up the middle, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he is going to have the Lions first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
14.
Now Goff. He'll drop this one off to Swift. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. On 2nd down, Swift. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to power it in with Arma.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
On second and goal, Goff, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
They will run it with Swift here.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
On fourth down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's...
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. Room here to run. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Tua now on first down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. It's brought in by Wilson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Get ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown, Dolphins! Joe Mixon from 8 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. Trend is continuing here.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Goff now looking to throw. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Goff. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this returnable for Hill. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-17. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
First down, Dolphins.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action, now it's Tua. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 70.
And the Dolphins are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Dolphins 28, Lions 17.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
We'll see a return here from
and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
That's good for the Lions.
Now it's gone. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And the Dolphins first down.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the gun again to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Sanders' kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit.
Touchdown, Detroit! DeAndre Swift, 52 yards. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Simon, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as good running gets him to about the 44. The 71 yards rushing here for Mixon. He's got a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that at times, do you, with the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw is Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air, and the that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. He's got this complete to Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Gone.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now gone. And it's caught. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tua to throw.
And going deep for Hill. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, He's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get into overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield.
Now Brown, he lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. There he goes, right side, and he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Detroit, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace spoon going, big son told me about the game.